Hello, my name is Scott for SB Gaming, and welcome back to Transport Fever European Freeplay Edition. And in the last episode, we got Dovercourt connected over across the water. We set up a few lines. We also connected up from two grays, which I hadn't done in the previous episode or the episode before that. And yeah. We have this flowing, although with that said, we haven't really had much time ticking. Off screen, I built this freight harbor here. I had to readjust this to get this road underneath without it looking too ugly. We now have a Dovercourt Oil and Fuel run up to the far refinery over here near Kirkby. And we have a local freight route that comes right into the center of the city that gets nearly the entire area. We just have a few buildings over here, and yeah, so I expect once we get goods in here that the city will migrate over to here. I was contemplating what I wanted to do for a line going up to the refinery, and while as much as I'd want to do rail, the only problem is that trying to fit in a freight station in here, if we go with one of these, it's going to interfere or cause issues with the passenger line. I'm going to want to figure out what I'm going to do with that. If I put it over here, I wanted to put a station over here and have the freight come in through there, but that would have made this a little bit awkward and inconvenient, so I decided to not do that. So we're just for now road freighting it up to the oil refinery. Not optimal, but it is what it is. And we are going to need to have a depot down here. Actually, we already do. We have the lines set up. We have no one showing up because not much time has passed. So let's hit the play button and get things rolling. Although with that said, I am going to want to set up the this here. I set this up there, set this up here. This is, or should be, within range of this. And you can see it is in range of that. So we are going to just buy a horse cart for, and we're just going to pause it, Upton Oil. And I am pausing it partially because horse cart, we're going to run this on Dovercourt RT1, and we are going to put this on Dovercourt Oil and Fuel. I am going to put this on a wait until full load. I'm going to make sure to turn it off of a wait to full load, just because I don't want the truck running all the way up there. It is going to take time for the oil well down here to actually see interest. And we are going to need a ship. We're going to buy not a Wilhelm, we are going to buy a Zoroaster. Set line to the Upton to Dovercourt oil line. And let's let time tick. And this is going to Upton South. We are going to change that to Upton Oil. Upton Freight Harbor Oil. So that is going to go off in that direction. And the reason I wanted to pause it, get that set up, is of course to allow time to tick by, because it takes a few months for things to roll through, and things happen at the start of the month. So this is going to be a while. The Halley Tram. In my last attempt to record, I did get that, and I did utilize it. It is a 27-kilometer-hour tram, which when you consider the options that we have available, the Low Elbasaw 17 kilometers an hour, it's insanely fast relative to what we currently have. So yeah, about that. Let's set it up to 2 speed. And so this is heading over to here. We're just going to set this to a full load. We are going to want to pay attention to it. And we are going to want to run that. We are going to want to pay attention to this. This is going to be Upton Oil Well. And we're going to call this Upton Oil Drop Off. And now we have our vehicle is Upton Oil. We are going to set this to a full load. We're going to set it to unlimited. And the vehicle, alright about that. It is January 18th, let's speed it up, 1887. And you are currently heading into the harbor. We're going to specify unlimited as well. So we have the freight harbor here, we have our ship here, we have this over here. This is not seeing any line usage. Oh, there we go. We got some production and we got oil being picked up. So Upton Oil Well. So what we are going to want to do, we are going to 10 units, buy road vehicles. We're going to buy 2 horse carts, Upton Oil. And now at this point in time, what I can do is we can set this to load if available. $13 units. Let's buy another one. Upton Oil. And where's our other? Here, right there. And that's going to get 5. Nice. And we have 3 units waiting here. We are going to buy another horse cart. And Upton Oil. Now this is coming up to there. 6 units sitting here. Truck coming in. I'm not going to probably need a whole lot of trucks on this line. Once the quantities ramp up and the initial production is kicked off. Truck is on the bridge. 4 units. 5 units. Let's buy another one. And Upton Oil. We have 15 units on the ship. Alright. 4, this should pick up a 5th unit. And you're sitting with 5. Nice. The next truck is right there. And what I'm going to want to do, maybe wait until this is a half load and then send it out. Truck there. Five units. 6 units. There's another truck, there's another truck. We should be good for this line for now, unless this ramps up. 25 units. Yeah, we will send this once it has 30 units. And then we'll add a second ship on the line. There, let's send that out. And now we are going to actually hold off buying another ship. Or maybe Zoroaster. We are going to repay 500,000, and we're going to put this on the SFO. We have 1 unit sitting there. Truck is there. Oh no, there's the truck here. It only has 2 units, and is it going to go? Yes, it is. Alright. So we don't have much of a supply here. Unfortunately, once the oil gets here, it's going to have to ship up that way. So we're going to have to do the exact same thing up here. We are going to do is we're going to and I just might have this. Let's go 5 minutes, and we are going to have this wait until full load. So we've got the road vehicle here. We got nope. We're gonna want to ship. We've got 18 units sitting here. And actually on this line we can, we'll just send it out. Alright, so on the Upton to Dovercourt Oil line we have a 16-minute frequency. We have 5 units sitting here, that'll get picked up. We have a truck there. Ship is coming in. 25 units sitting on board. It is May 2nd. We will check on how the passengers are doing to Dovercourt. But I just want to... Alright, that has 25 units. There's 3 sitting there. Where's our other ship? Our ship is halfway, or thereabouts, to Dovercourt. And what I'm going to want to do when I have about... 15 or 20 sitting there, I'm going to want to buy another ship. We have 1 sitting here right now. That has only picked up 3 units. Let's buy another Zoroaster and Upton to Dovercourt Oil. That is going to Upton Freight Harbor Oil. Now, what's the frequency on that line right now? Down to 11-minute frequency. We're probably going to want to put at least another ship on the line, although not quite yet. And there are 12 units sitting there. Yeah, once this picks up, we'll put a second ship on the, or 4th ship on the line. And once this drops off, we're going to want to put a bunch of ships or trucks on that line to get that product moving. 58 stored, 232 potential. 3 units sitting here. Let's buy another horse cart to bump up the frequency slightly. Dovercourt Oil and... Oh no. That is Upton Oil. What is the frequency on this line here? 39 seconds, not bad. It is a short run, so it is what it is. And we have 21 units sitting here. Ship is coming in. And that is leaving with 2 units. We have 1 sitting on that truck. And yeah, we want frequency on the line more than necessarily full loads. Yeah, we've turned that off. Nothing sitting over there at the moment. Ship comes in. It's going to be picking up roughly 25. 29. And that has another 4. So what we are going to do is we are going to buy another Zoroaster. And we want Upton to Dovercourt Oil. And over here we have dropped off. There we go. And now we are going to want to buy horse carts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We are going to want Dovercourt Oil and Fuel. We'll have another ship right there. And now it's a matter of just ramping this up. And all those trucks will be coming in, picking that up. Now, do we have anything sitting over here in... That's West Mulling. We have 1 unit sitting there. 2 units. This is seeing 232 demand. We have up here 272 demand, 464 potential for crude oil. And that truck has 3 of 5. Here, Dovercourt transfer. We have truck sitting waiting. Yep, okay. We have $1.75 million. Let's repay that. We're down to $2.5 million in the bank. Once this drops off, we are going to want to put another 4 trucks on the line. Actually, let's buy them right now. 4, since it'll take some time for the trucks to get to the truck station. Speed it up. And it drops off right in time. And those immediately pick up and leave. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I know what's going on here. That's the one for the local route. I was like, wait a minute. Alright. That's a passenger ship. It has no one on it. There is 10 people wanting to go over to West Mulling. Nice. And if we check Carlton Coble, we have 14 people for West Mulling, no one for Dovercourt. We have 14 people on the ship to Dovercourt. This is the Carlton Coble Dovercourt. Alright. 760, let's repay. And now over here, that ship is leaving. This is picking up 29. Let's buy another horse cart. Set it to the Dovercourt Oil and Fuel. Now, our initial set of trucks are almost at the refinery. Over here in Upton. Oh, wait a minute. We have 26 units sitting here. We probably should have put another ship on the line. that was carrying 21. Right now we are running at a 7-minute frequency, which is not bad. That's the same frequency as this one here. And 26. Alright, 34. What I'm going to do is we are going to put another Zoroaster on the line, Upton to Dovercourt Oil. 3 units sitting there. That will bump up the frequency on that line, which will help boost that. And this is dropped off. We have 24 units sitting there. Let's buy 4 for Dovercourt Oil and Fuel. And those have dropped off. And those are bringing back some fuel. Trucks are heading out. Coming back over here to Upton. And production is starting to drop. Actually, it's bouncing between 224 and 232. That is carrying 2 units, that's fine. Yeah, we probably didn't need to put this ship on the line. Yeah, that one's gonna have to wait. Although it's good to have a bit of frequency. We'll set that to full load any. We're going to have this come in, pick up for a little bit. We're going to turn the full load off once this one approaches. Throw that there. We have another 25 units sitting down here. So what we are going to do is we're going to buy 5 more of the horse carts. Dovercourt Oil and Fuel. And you are rolling into here. So you left. There's 10 sitting there. 18 on that ship. There's 3 units sitting there, that's fine. And over here, 15 units. 10 units. 5 units. And the trucks. That one is rolling back, rolling back. Oh, actually. Are you on a... You're on a 5-minute frequency, so you went off regardless. Alright, you would probably be the first one. Yep, you made some decent money. You've been running for 10 months. Alright, so you look to be the first... Actually, no, you are the first truck. No, you're not. You're the first truck. Alright, do we have any other ships coming in? We have that one coming in. Yeah, we're just going to run it on full load any. Actually, I don't think it really matters. so Dovercourt Oil and Fuel, 72-second frequency. Now over here, what I'm going to want to do is send you out. Yeah, you have 22. You're fine. And you are coming back with fuel. We are going to want you just go back to the depot for now. Although with that said, let's send you back to Dovercourt Oil and Fuel. Head back. And yeah, these should all pick up. You go, but I want you to come back. Yep, like that. Now you've dropped off. Now, how many extra units are we going to have? We have you coming into town. We have 9 units. You coming. Yeah, we're at a point where we just have a little bit too many trucks on the line for the quantities we are shipping. And it looks like, wow. All right. Let's buy another 2 for the Upton Oil line. And it is January 1st, 1888. We could have probably repaid some of the loan. We paid a little bit in interest. That is fine. And you're picking up. We have 17 units sitting here. 3 trucks rolling in. We have 20 sitting here. Yep, okay. And we have 11 units of fuel sitting here, so we are going to want to add another truck to the Dovercourt RT1 line. And now what we could do if we wanted to is, we have this here. I am going to buy a Wilhelm 1, and we are going to run this new line from here over to here. And this is going to be SF Westmaling to Dovercourt. How does that line? Alright, it does that. We are going to want to add a number of ships on that line. Where's my... right there. Let's buy another Wilhelm. Set line, Westmaling to Dovercourt. And now, we are going to want... Upton to Dovercourt for freight. How are we doing over here? Actually, how many trucks do we have on that line? We just have 1. Well, we are going to want to buy some road vehicles. 4 for the, whatever it is, Upton Freight Harbor Transfer. I'm almost thinking this line should probably be called... It is a local freight. It is transfer. Yeah. We'll leave it as RF. And yeah, we have goods sitting there. How are we doing down here? Oh, it looks like we are getting plastics. So yeah, changing this to not have a full load. And we got a ton of stuff sitting here. We are going to want to buy horse carts. And we are going to assign this to the 2F line. We do not want you to go to Upton Freight. Hang on. Upton Freight. And we got 27 plastics there. Question is this kicked off? We have 60 and 60. How many units? You have 1,200 stored. Wow. Yeah, pump out that oil, please. I will eventually connect up this another chemical plant, but for now, this one chemical plant should more than be able to handle the supply here. So it's not going to be strictly required. Now, going back to this, we have 2 and 8. We have our 2 trucks there. That should be fine. 2 units sitting there. Let's just load if available. Yeah, because right now this is the closest truck. We've got 2 units there. And 22 units coming in. I'm thinking it should be fine. And down here we got 30 units. Our closest Zoroaster is there. We have nothing sitting here. This looks like it's in the process of upgrading. So yeah, with that rolling, and yeah, we probably should have put another Zoroaster on this line here. So right now we have 4, I think. Oh no, we got 5. And it is February. Let's repay some of our loan. We are completely out of debt at this point in time. How did we do for income? Well, we dipped in 1886 to 13.3 million. 1887 jumped up to 14.6 million. Okay. And we were doing 2.23 million over the course of the first 2 months. We got a lot of stuff sitting here. And one thing I did in my previous recordings is I did ramp up the quantity of freight that I was delivering. Only 3 wagons. Yeah, I might want to bump up the number of freight wagons. So we're only hauling 12 and... What is the frequency of the line? 8 minutes. Okay. What we are going to do is we are going to Prussian 4 and 5. This will be $1.01 million. Another thing I wouldn't mind doing with all this fuel, got no fuel being, actually no, we do fuel and oil. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run 3 tank cars, 1.48 million per vehicle. If we do a replace now, that's 1.76. Let's replace it out. And what I would like to do is put another train on the line. Buy trains. Prussian. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 1, 2, 3. Westmoreland to Grays. That will increase the frequency, it will increase the capacity on the line. 5-minute frequency, not bad. And we already have fuel being shifted over to the freight station. At this point though, what I'm probably going to do is take a break here, although we're just gonna 23, and we have I'm going to buy 2 more horse carts for the Dovercourt Oil and Fuel line. And we're going to... Nothing sitting there. This one is leaving with 60. Currently have 10 there. That will pick up. 1, 2, 3, 5. I would like to put another Zoroaster on the line. Let's buy Zoroaster and send this to SFO, Upton to Dovercourt Oil. At this point in time though, what I'm going to do is take a break here. We have Dovercourt fully connected up to the passenger and freight network with actually Westmoreland, yes, Westmoreland to Dovercourt line. We don't have any goods, although with that said, we are going to need Westmoreland, Dovercourt. Yeah, we're going to need another ship on the line. This will be the last thing I do. Westmoreland, Dovercourt. What is the frequency on that line? Not that. Westmoreland to Dovercourt, 9-minute frequency. I think that should be sufficient, although I am going to buy 1 more Wilhelm. And we are going to set to the Westmoreland to Dovercourt line. That will increase the frequency even more. As we can see, 7 minutes, not bad. We got 4 ships on that line. Alright, about that. 14-minute frequency on this one. Carlton Koval to Dovercourt. Whoa. What's happening there? Why is... Seriously? Carlton Koval... Grays to Carlton Koval, which is going into 5. Yep. And then this Carlton Koval. Why are you going into 3? Going to 4. Seriously. Does that change the frequency any? Possibly did. Although we are going to want to buy a new riggy. And this is going to be the last thing I do. Alright, about that. So that reduces the frequency down to 9 minutes. That is sufficient, I hope, to get passengers. Anyway, at this point in time, I'm going to take a break here. And we will figure out what we want to do in the next episode. I would like to push into possibly Kirkby, maybe Gainsborough. We do have construction materials in between Gainsborough and Godalming. We have a source of slag from the Carlton Colville steel mill, and I would like to extend that line up to there, get the construction materials produced, maybe run a line between Gainsborough and Dovercourt. Truck line possibly, just because the mixed goods, we'd have fuel here and construction materials up here. And if I were to run this by rail, what would end up happening is we'd have the train basically going empty halfway. Or actually, it'd be running half empty or half full each direction, which is not optimal. Anyway, at this point in time, I'd like to say thank you for joining me for this episode of Transport Fever European Freeplay Edition. Thank you for watching. My name is Scott Frisbee Gaming, and as always, have a good day.